lifted up. As well. She was not to be the boundary. Good opening to international T20 cricket for Ben Fletcher. Nepal are 9 for 1 after 2. So the Netherlands scored 10 apiece from their opening 2 overs without loss. Nepal have opened. It should be taken, it is. Michael Levitt just waited for that to come to him. It was a simple chance and he simply took it.
I think that's the sign of the way that ball just sticks in the pitch a little bit. Just didn't quite time it. Hit him quite high on the bat. Threw that shot a little bit earlier, so maybe bounce just doing for him as well. Michael Levitt, a safe pair of hands.
So Rowan Farrell, the captain, is called upon. 17 on the jersey, and a captain's ring is now required.
Well, he's used to coming in these situations many times in his career. If you take a look at the catch once more, took it low. Nice safe take by Michael Levitt. Rohit Podal, he's just been in this position many times before. Wonderfully technical player, really pleasing on the eye. Scores rapidly as well. But they need him now. They need a big one from their skipper.
Klein in. Nicely fielded. Feels good as a captain when your first 2 frontline bowlers have both taken a wicket.
And we talked about Edwards and how he was going to go. Completely different today to yesterday as far as having pace on first and not spin. I feel like the pitch has hardened up too much since yesterday though.
Fine in, that's driven back in. Gets past cover. Right, opportunity was there.
Max O'Dowd, he can't believe it. He throws his head back. And that suggests that it might have been very, very close. Max O'Dowd is absolutely furious.
It looked close. No, it wasn't. Looked close from that angle. Wasn't particularly close in the end.
Well, I think it might have been close with the direct hit, though. It would have been very interesting.
Fine. Smacked away. Oh, that's beautifully done. Opens it up. And the boundary is found for the first time in the inning.
That's a glorious stroke from Boutel. As this pair look to really kickstart the Nepal innings. The fans are wanting it. They have got their 4 signs ready to go. And Klein goes for the outswinger, but it just sits up nicely for Patel in the end.
Patel on to 11. Coming through for the single. The wide is signalled.
Yeah, good awareness too to run through for the single on the wide. And this is what I talk about. These Nepalese players are so fast running between the wickets.
Lining again. Oh, he's opened up again. He's got hold of that one. And that is all the way for 6. Beautiful shot.
Oh, the skipper. He knows what the assignment is. Those fans have swapped the 4s for 6s. And they'll need plenty more of that from their captain, courageous Rohit Patel. Just picked it up and was in the slot there to be put away. And he obliged, and he's almost knocked over the match referee, Phil Thompson.
Lining again. Safer shot. Just round the corner. It's been a good over. They're going to come back for the second. That was nicely placed. Much better from the ball. 24 for 2 after 3.
सारे गिरते भी कट गए उन्होंने नीचे और तो छक्का मार सी पहला अरे 24 बनाया 3 ओवर में 2 विकेट मारे से मध्ये पडला छक्का बुतला तो मारसी अरे यार तू तो ना बे टोटल और 4 पे 9 मारे हैं कैसे कहीं 4 वाले पे 9 रन मारे हैं 10 पे 11 बुतला मारे वो अड़ बॉल 25
Always watch. I've learned that lesson myself, I have to say. So Ben Fletcher started his first over with a wicket, second over with a wide.
That's wide also.
You can see what he's trying to do. He's trying to replicate that ball that he took the wickets with his first ball. He's pushing across the batter. There's a small margin of error there. Probably rather see him bowling wide that side in that you can see what the plan is. It's a bit wayward at the moment.
Take a little bit more of this. I'll tell you what, if these Nepalese fans had signs that said white, they'd be holding them up right now.
I just can't tell you what they add. They are a real gift to the world of cricket.
ज्यादा ना अभी रखा पैंता भाई पूछ जात नहीं किसनो क्या है घंटा जी अपना गलती कर दिया था भाई भरोसा नेपाल का और ये कि जितने भरोसा है सारे अरे जा भी सका था बात नो ना ऐसा हो ना जन जन अपन नेपाल में रात में इंडियन टीम देखते थे उनका था चौका मारी मुर्तला
Well, he overcompensates Fletcher, having gone wide outside the off stump. 3 deliveries he then tries to correct, and it's just an easy proposition. Flick off the hip in the end. Just needs to have a little realignment, and 2 of the senior players in Maxo Dowd and Kramjeet Singh. Out there, dancers out there as well.
Hindsight's a wonderful thing.
No, they don't stop it.
My ball was just bowled 3 wides.
No, people pakabo.
Almost certainly it's gone down the leg side. I'm slightly surprised that there wasn't a short.
नहीं कहो not a large at least.
Well, Scott Edwards has just run up from behind the
It always has a good deal.
Had a word now with his debutant. Just trying to calm things down, discuss the plans.
ये देखो था पर वो इटा पट्टी वाली के घंटा खेल मत बैठो चलिए
Started to look expensive.
अरे इतना मुझे आने से मुझे पट्टी है इसे बैठो पैसा हाल आउटर होना दूंगा
The plan is there, but it's just been pushing it just a little bit too far across, and with that
ये खिलाओ इस सारी तो चुप है दो बच्चे ज्यादा है
Well, off and whoever is on. Usually for him wearing his number. That's wide again. This is becoming a problem. I think, you wait a long time to play at this level, you get that first wicket, the adrenaline is surging, you end the over, you're getting ready to come back on, and you're almost too hyped at the moment. So he's testing our graphics operator. We're used to 3 wides or 4 wides and an over. That's guided away beautifully. That's lovely shot. Helps himself. He's on to 19. Guided that away.
And this has just become a bit of a nightmare second over for the debutant. It's almost like golfers talking about getting the yips. You sometimes see that happen with bowlers when they just lose their line. He went wide of off stump again, but it was just too short.
Well, some moments in life you never want to end, and others can't end quickly enough. And this over can't end quickly enough.
अच्छा ये विक्रम सिंह भाई इंडियन हो ना
Well, as if he can just get out of it.
ये कारण विक्रम सिंह भाई इंडियन हो मला का देखा ही लगा भाई इंडिया
Feeling a lot better, so he can just get out of this.
बढ़िया चल रहा है यार
Still got
सीमा काउंट सीमा यार
4 deliveries to come. So it's going
विक्रम
to be
सिंह
some hard work for him to get out of it.
विक्रमजीत सिंह
I'm sure the fact that he's got that very vocal crowd behind him isn't helping him either.
इंडिया
7th ball of this over. Bounces it in, gets slapped away. Mid wicket.
Well, it was short again, but he's just adjusted his line. Talked about having the taller bowler in and where he might be able to use the bounce, but if you're going to be short, it's got to be short enough. It's got to be up around that eye line, up around shoulder level, and it's got to have enough pace on it.
3 to come. The gentle little single and no more.
चार के तो है चार से बहुत
Better, just much tighter line. It's enough bounce on it. A little bit fuller.
दूसरा टिकट खेलने तो बहुत मारी यार ये
So this has been a bit of a recovery. He's got 2 balls to try and get out of this one now.
He comes this high as well. He'll take
छक्का मारे सा बता दिया
before finding the boundary.
चंगा हो के छक्का है यार नाइस 3 चौका मारे हैं 4 के 8 से 12 12 16 भी 18 बन गया
Tough one for the bowler when it's all going wrong. As you can see here, he went short. It's just not quite got the pace on it.
अब ये करना बढ़िया है ये को बोला
18 off the over.
ये तो अपनी दो तीन सौ के बल बाकी
This will be the 10th ball. I hope it's
Yeah,
not
I'll
wide
take
because
it.
I've run out of fingers. Oh, he digs that in. Slapped away.
Let's see.
Come all the way down. Deep on the leg side. Well, it took a while. Finally, he's got through. That's a terrific over from a Nepalese perspective. They have lost 2 wickets. They're 43 for 2 after 4. Well, the joy of cricket is you can go from despair to excitement pretty quickly. And certainly the Nepalese fans a little bit worried after the first couple of overs, but 43 after 4.
कैमरा में नहीं मिला है पाउस ऑन यार ब्लर
Run
ब्लर
rate
का
of greater than 10. Zach Lang Cache gets ready to come on to bowl. Carl Klein efficient in his first over, took a wicket in his second, but then got carted around slightly.
Well, I think they're just looking at pace off now.
Lovely square cut. Going after that is Singh. Come through for two.
Stopped, invented a couple of runs there too with that stop. Was yesterday, it's felt the pace off was the best way to slow the scoring. Desperately needs that now with Bhutel and Podal, I should say, racing away after that expensive over from Ben Fletcher. I do really feel for Fletcher coming on, making your debut. You've got that adrenaline from that first wicket, and just a really tough over where he lost his radar.
Cache, that sat up nicely.
को काम है हमको टीम में गिरवा सकते हैं 4 रन की मार
all the way to the boundary. Ben Fletcher had no chance to take that very deliberate shot. Kushal Bartel moves on to 31.
Well, he's 6'5", Ben Fletcher, but he would have had to have been, I reckon, 8'5" to have got to that.
जब उन्होंने गया चलो दीमा दिया हमें बिल्कुल दिया हमें बिल्कुल बना सकते हैं
To say to Ben Fletcher, I like that hat. By the way, that white hat is
Safe, good ball. Cache.
अरे चलो बिहार चल चलो पुरोहित चल चलो भैया अरे मैं अरे स्वयं संकट वाले के दिन मान जाएगा तब कहाँ का है अब हम मना
Stopping attempt.
Yep. Really, 2 balls in a row where there's just a little bit of interest.
कितने गांव में संकट मंदिर बाबा दे उस समय रोज पूजा होता हमारा एक बार घरा मंदिर उस तो मेरा घर मंदिर पर घरा में रोज पूजा होता है भगवान का
A real long run.
अच्छा ना
Just can't get there.
क्या छोटी
It looked reasonably safe from the commentary position.
क्या छोड़ दी यार
Too far away at deep backward square leg.
जिंदान पाई के बोलते लोग सर वो बच्चे खेलते हैं
Pretty good effort
छक्का
at
होती है
surfing it down there.
छक्का कब चोगो
Deep backward square leg. He had to cover a lot of room. Trophy completely judged it.
चौबीस छह यकीन हो रहा है कम हो गया
50 up in good time.
सीधे
That
मुझे
is in there. Fletcher can't get there. 52-4-2 after 5. It's adventurous stuffing.
और जीवन दान पाई के फिर सारा वो अंदर कहीं होता पता है अंदर कहीं उधर दिखा अंदर कहीं उधर दिखा अंदर तरफ नहीं है उधर
Well, that's how it started for the Dutch. They had 20 after 2 overs and then slowed down. And the Nepalese, well, they've lost 2 wickets. They've started to put the foot down and have already reached 52.
Daniel Doram
Neil Durham will get his
राक्षस
chances in
बासा
T20 game. It's best 2 for 13.
कितना हाई भी बाहर का हाई है सारी का
And Fletcher has been replaced for now.
Doram नमो आज मैं डेब्यू
Show confidence in a new player on debut, but one left armour replaced with another, but of the slow left arm orthodox variety.
Starting just to get up a little bit more. Makes it tricky also.
Originally from St.
It's in there's a chance. The backs are there, we'll take it. Good catch. There's a fairly simple one at mid-on. And Daniel Durham has made an impact.
Well, straight
सर
away
का
again with
की
the
सर का कर
bowling
कैच उठा दी
change.
यार
Having the
चूतिया बात
immediate
दुई कैच बच
impact.
गए तो फिर से उठा दी गया आउट बड़ा से तीन तीन
Terrific
कैच
work.
उठाओ तो
Has
सर
taken it out of spin.
अरे देखा
So
जाए ध्यान उठा पहले
frustrated
से रहा
fielding in front of us, wanting to get in on the action. He
अच्छा
gets his chance on his knees. Did a great job getting out to the as well. So they really needed that, the Netherlands. Brutel, well, he's had some fun out there.
पहले उठो आधा जरा सुनता तो तुम बात करते हो
Devendra Singh Irie makes his way to the middle.
बिल्कुल
Devendra Singh Irie is known as the Tiger by sometime co-commentator Andrew Leonard. He is a tiger in the field. For the tiger in the bat, what he is unbelievably quick between the wickets, and so is Podol. So just be interesting to see how Scott Edwards sets his field for this pair. But what a start for Durham with his second ball.
He's pretty tall. Gets the ball down. Single is taken.
अरे मतलब ने आराम से खेला तब वो जीती है
Well,
यार
that's
हाँ
an
बाज जाता
example
सर
of what I was talking about. That ball's gone straight to mid-off, and they've got the single. What you might see, they ran Scotland ragged in one match.
उनके धड़का उनके अंदर ना है तुम काट नहीं दे रहा धड़का नहीं है तो बच्चे सही
Nepalese batters, and then what you saw the Netherlands do, they learned. They actually pushed their infielders in closer. Just keep an eye on that because Scott Edwards
सही
knows
सही तो बड़ा लंबा देखा हमको स्टंप
that they'll go for a single.
मेन चीज नवा हुई है ना इन्हें डिजिटल टीविया में दिखा कर ना वो दिखा पाता है इसका मतलब गलत दिखा देता है कहना फिर कटा उनके सीधे दिखा देता
There's easy singles available through the mid-wicket area. It's just a little bit too straight though.
ये बेचारा अच्छा ये ओवर में कम
What an
रन
interesting
आए
over.
100 कम हो गया
54 for 3 after 6, Nepal.
सात रन रेट चाहिए 9 है तब वो ठीक आराम से खेल तब वो सर जीते हाँ या तो चल रहा था
Setting up to be a very intriguing contest. Well, the Dutch innings swung back and forward every time. Looked like they would press the accelerator. All came in.
अरे बाबू T20 मेरे सारे मार चढ़वा
Let's see what Zach Lancashire can do in his second over. Just touched fine. So dangerous Kushal. Bertel dismissed the last over for 34. So just a little dab.
See, they're well ahead of the run rate required.
Off the legs, it's another single.
ऐसे खेला तब वो सिंगल खेला
They're ahead of the run rate, but I just feel like it's still a real tussle that is going on between these two sides. So now Lancashire gets in on the wide act, but just a little pushback here from Netherlands after running like rampant.
Again, just down into the gully area.
Something I have learned very quickly is just never to take anything for granted. When Nepal, they're a brilliantly entertaining side, and you just don't know.
Swing round the corner.
टी बाबू
Ben Fletcher, they're going to come for a second. That's close. But again, sprinting through.
25 starter.
Waddell quickly up to 50.
Home
very safely in the end, was almost past the stumps. Good work from Edwards. He's always ready.
Well, you mentioned it in the first innings. If that's a direct hit, he's out there. That's sometimes the margins that you play with. Well, they've scored off every ball. They'll be reasonably happy with that. They're ahead of the run rate. We're through 7 in Glasgow in the second innings. Nepal, 62 for 3.
कुछ मैच करो मुझे बढ़िया बता रहा है भाई अंडर कुछ का पार्ट ऑफ बॉल लगा
As you can see,
इधर का पार्ट
ball already 2 overs
यार
as
खाओ
good as
प्लेट
anything.
गिराओ और इधर लगाओ उधर में
Produced. That was early doors too.
इधर का नार खाए था
Daniel Durham is going to continue from the Meldrum Gardens end here.
कौन डागा
Poland Shields.
उन चट्टा दे जा करो अपन दान दे जा करो तो लगा लिया कर
On this ground. Depending on which archive you decide to go through, Clydesdale Cricket Club, who are owners of this ground, reckon to be Glasgow's oldest
अच्छा बुटोर
surviving
खाना
team.
चौरक पानी लगा उधर चिम दिया तो चौरक पानी चौरक तो खूब है तो भी ऐसे
Used to play football here as well. Clydesdale losing finalist to Queen's Park in the first ever Scottish Cup final. Bit more air in that one.
He's been playing a lot for the Leeward Islands in recent times, Daniel Durham.
Durham भाई Durham एक Durham आउट चल गया स्टार पोर्टल लगा पर आइया आउट गया काल इसका क्या स्टंपिंग चल गया सर
Well, we saw it from Sandy Blamachani in the first innings, and that part is being played by Daniel Durham here in the second. He has been outstanding since he came on.
सर 3 रन लिया है 2 विकेट ले लिए साहब
And the dangerous Irie departs. He rips.
अब चल रे चल भाई चल
It's not easy when you're standing up behind the stumps. You've got to react quickly, and he did.
किरण कुमार सिंह नहीं के हुए यार आज डेब्यू करे यहाँ का को सर 20 में कहा था कब सर मार घंटा
So Kieran, another one of the T20 specialists brought into this squad just before this week's matches.
Oh, that's a horrible mistake. And that's... Well, he left his back, but he got himself back, and somehow the Dutch didn't complete a run out.
We've got a little bit of a village situation here all round. There was miscommunication, there was drop backs, there was slipping over, there was a misfield, and in the end, it's a dot ball.
There are easier ways to get a dot ball.
Well, just looking once more at the end of this over. Everybody was falling over. The bat had been left behind by Rohit, but the throw, Max O'Dowd had slipped in sending it in. End of the over.
63 for 4, chasing 152. Zachman Kashi to continue from the Kirkcaldy Road end. There was interest in a second, that's why the Dutch had to move very quickly.
And that run rate required has gone right up as the current run rate has really taken a beating the last couple of overs.
It was a fuller ball. Get into the net. Partnership with Roy Padel. Fourth ball faced, trying to get off the mark, won't do so there. Singh fielding well.
Took a bit of tact in early on in his spell, but Mike Gachet's actually done really well.
Comes it again, there's the little push. It's a very deliberate shot. No third man. No hold there. Chasing down. Dutch fielding been strong.
And they have to be. Cordell is still very, very quick between the wickets.
Yes, 700 data composing.
Tidy over so far.
Really well done from someone who's often referred to as a part-time spinner. And Zachman Gachet's taken real responsibility.
यार जब उसे रो
It's gone into gully backward point area. Jump through there, but there's no way. We're going to go through. Lovely direct hit as well. This one's in the balance. 9 overs gone in the innings. 66 for 4 Nepal. Well, it would take a brave person to call this one. And well, I can't talk for Mel, but I'm not brave enough to call it at this stage.
I'm not brave enough to ever suggest anything when the cardiac kids are in town. Sakib Zulfikar swept first ball. Wind has picked up a little bit as well. Just noticed from our tent flapping around a bit. Hopefully it's well secured around us. I'm sure it is. That run rate required just pushing up over 8 and over. Still under control. Really good fielding. There's Noah Crows out there. Keeps it to just one. They know how quick they are. They've seen it before. And if you're not right on top of your ground fielding, then all of a sudden you look up and they're scoring in 2s and 3s all the time.
Just chipped away.
सर ये कल आया है यार 8
Lovely
गेट
cameo with the bat. Very important runs, that's just tickled down. Short third man. Sends it back in. It's a tiny start. His first over, the 5th bowler used by the Dutch. Third right sliding in. Well, Ben Fletcher couldn't get there, but good backing up from deep.
आधा मैच खत्म हो गया अभी सर लोग आधा नहीं बनाए मार छक्का
It's further away, but it's still only going to yield a 70 up. It's taken 10 overs. We'll talk to you about how that compares to the Netherlands. Back in a moment.
60 दिएर 83 रन चाहिए
You're watching coverage of Nepal against the Netherlands, the T20 International Tri-Series in Glasgow. And in the second innings, Nepal are chasing really pretty much closer in terms of where everybody were.
Well, you look at that, the two worms, they're crossing over, performing a little dance, and that very much sums up the arm wrestle that's going on at the moment. As we see Vikramjit Singh coming into the attack, so Scott Edwards is also rotating through his bowlers, using all options to a bit of seam bowling. He's had good value out of his spinners today, has Scott Edwards.
तू अप्लाई करे चाहिए तो काने अप्लाई कर रहे होते
First over, bowler number 6.
हंटर सीजन में आवाला काहे नहीं जानो हम नहीं आ रहा हम रिपेस
For it. It's good running between the wickets, but one thing, if we've not turned over
जाओ इसे नजर पड़ी तब पे जाओ
side, have really gone quiet in the last 5-10 minutes.
I think after those fireworks brought them to life. After that rocketing start.
इनको मैच खर्ची पढ़ाई लिखाई छोड़ पड़ी
It'll grow again. Won't stay quiet for long.
Now let's move to 20 of 16. Singh is wanting movement on the boundary. There's the little push shot through. Nicely done. I do like that shot. Timed it well. Just pushed it through point and backward point area.
Just nice little wristy piece of timing. There's plenty of space on that leg side. You can see got the field up on the offside. Plenty of space for them to run twos or even threes if they can use the crease, get it to the leg side. But that's why he's got that offside field up there. He's just hanging it on a length outside the off stump Singh.
Dutch know defending just 52. They have to be really strong in the field today. You can see the urgency and the movement. Singing again.
Well, this time he doesn't get his line quite right. It is dropped into that leg side, but they can't get the extra run because Noah Cruz is very quick in off the rope.
Singh, 4 wickets this time, 3 for 60, his best performance.
What he has done is come into the attack here and he's just not given very much away. He's got that offside field up, protected, and that's generally where he's bowled.
Again, that's only going to be a single. It's just 5 off the over. That's excellent opening over from Vikram Singh. 75 for 4. 9 overs to go. 75 for 4, chasing 153 to win. The Netherlands lost out to Scotland by 39 runs yesterday. Thinking it. He's ready to face his 16th ball. He's on 7. He's coming away. It's Pascali. Complete for the 2.
First over. Great day of it with the bat. Pretty good so far with the ball.
There's the cut. Work for Damanura.
Again, though, just pushing hard, getting all those twos. Start to add up.
Just so much on ball. Sometimes it's a lot more deliberate down, sometimes he airs it out more. That one nearly caught out, thinking it.
Well, he's almost chopped on, just that thick under edge from Kieran, and he's pretty lucky.
It's the sweep away. Again, picks out a fielder.
That's a, you could only see the mullet. That's a brilliant dive. Wow.
We'll take time to fill in that hole later. It's in the air, but it's way safe. 4 runs. Beautifully done. This is getting interesting. Stay with us. 84 for 4 after 12. Well, this is tight. 69 required, 48 balls. Just getting into that area. If you're not quite sure which way it's going to tip. Entertainment. Guaranteed though. Craftsing to continue. There's one and the other. Certainly possibility of a second. O'Dowd coming quickly. There's the throw. Direct hit might have caused problems. And the touch stick, that was close. It was just so close to rattling the sticks there.
I'll just have a look here. That ball fired in. I think it might have been safe home though. They're very quick. Those twos, as I said, in the last over, they just add up. All of a sudden they've got 3 or 4 twos in an over, and then the boundary comes, and all of a sudden it's a very expensive over. It has to be said, Max O'Dowd, he's one of the best fielders on this Dutch side, and he haired in and hurled that ball in.
It's complete long on.
Be a
change of glove required.
Getting a new pair.
It's always the best time to ask the equipment manager for a new glove is when you're batting, because you can't argue.
Hold on to your hats. I think this could be entertaining.
Just a little push shot. 8 balls bowled, 7 runs conceded. It's pretty tidy.
They're doing so well at the moment, Nepal, but you just always suspect there's going to be maybe at least 3 twists in this before we reach a conclusion, and who knows what that conclusion would be. 67 of 46, definitely gettable with 6 wickets in hand.
So what I need you to do is write down what those 3 twists are going to be and pop them in an envelope, and then at the end of the game we can check.
Oh, look, there might be 5, but what I do know is just how steadfast their captain is, Podol. Just the way he's come out there and played such a good hand. He's got some support now out there now from Taguna.
Singing again. Take the single. Nepal's international records 99 matches at this level coming into today. The 156, they've lost 40. There's been 3 no results along the way. These 2 teams have met 13 times. The Netherlands have the edge 7-5 so far.
I think a lot of people will look at the results that these 2 teams have had and the performances they've put up in World Cups.
Well, that you will not find in any textbook. I think I know what he was trying to do, but that's not quite the way to execute it.
Now, degree of difficulty 3.3. Tried to just help it on its way and connect, but yes, the Dutch, of course, and the success that they've had both at the T20 and at the ODI World Cups. But for Nepal, I think everyone remembers when they pushed South Africa so close in the United States.
Just a little clip, they'll have to go back. That's been an absolutely terrific over. Good bowling from Vikram Singh. Puts the pressure back on Nepal, who after 13 overs, 87 for 4, chasing.
Kesiye Bilal sorry.
Also been some brilliant bowling from the Dutch, really restricting, and that's why Nepal, when they got ahead of the Dutch, haven't been able to get themselves really to accelerate, and the Dutch have fought back well here.
Durham, he has been the ace in the pack.
Shout was there, not sure they were convinced by it, and the bowler doesn't really go up, not quite sure.
Well, I think there was bat involved, that's why he wasn't interested, but straight away.
He's gone, bottom, right through, he went for the sweep, didn't connect, the wickets are burst, and that's another terrific wicket for Daniel Durham.
My goodness, 3 for 3 is Durham, and it has been a day out from him, and he has just pulled things back again for the Netherlands. He has been outstanding. It seems so innocuous, but he does get the revs on it. That ball skips through. It's the second time he's played the stumps. What a day he is having. The pendulum swings again.
The gunner's out for 15, and now Singh gets the call in at 7. So Rupesh Singh comes on, and what could be best described as a finely poised match. This is when spinners can really deceive you. It looks fairly innocuous.
Got a very high release point. That height, it clearly gives it a real rip. Gets the revs on that ball, and it seems to just skip on, kisses the surface.
3 for 3 is outstanding. He'll take the run, and off the mark is Rupesh Singh.
हम 3 विकेट ली सारा दिए ना यार
Durham again. There's the sweep executed a little bit better. But again, good field placement.
थोड़ा ना एक का शॉट पाया है यार बाहर देता बड़ा बड़ा
And they need to find a way to start scoring at a quicker rate. Nepal almost chops on, and he knows it too. He's hunting a fourth wicket.
Singh almost fell third ball there. Durham, 10 the over, just a little clip. Backwards of square, but it will just be a single. Well, when you're economical, you're one thing. When you're taking wickets, that's another. 90 for 5 after 14. It's been a while. Well, 90 for 5. Time for some serious conversation. Well, it's interesting. It feels like forever since there's been a boundary. It has only been a couple of overs.
Well, it certainly wasn't one in Doran's last over. It's the first time he's taken more than 2 wickets. It's his best bowling performance so far in a T20 international. What a time for him to come and do it with those qualifiers on the horizon. It could be a real asset for Netherlands.
Just one boundary in the last 50 balls. It's not going to win you too many matches. That just works its way through. Okay. Not as sure of our players been playing an awful lot. Just 3 now for Singh.
And the run rate required is now heading up towards 2 a ball.
Yeah, 10.6 and over. That's what's required. They're scoring currently just about 6.5. There's the attempted bouncer. Then it comes.
Yeah, so the pressure certainly rising on Nepal, but they still have plenty of power. Remember, Karen Casey still to come out to bat.
Again, just a single. They're going to have to start to put the foot on the accelerator. It's kind of jammed on the brake at the moment.
Well, Podell is out there, and he is well and truly set. Going at a fine rate as well. He just needs someone to go with him.
Podell, 28, 23 balls. Podell, the opener, top scored so far on 34. See it again. There's the big shot. It's going to find its way to be just stopped. That's excellent. Lancashi, I think it is out there. And the fielding from the Dutch has been terrific.
Outstanding stuff from Lancashi. It was beautifully played in the end, just flayed away. And that ball should have been 4. Just managed to bat it back in. Great work from the young man.
Moving round from long off to keep extra cover there. Good tracking. Sing in again. It's in the air, but backs it out. Will be straight there to gather. Scoring off each ball isn't the problem. Finding the boundary is the issue.
They just just need that one release ball, but Vikramjit Singh hasn't given it to them. Set his plan set. He's actually been pretty accurate bowling to his field. Not been anything particularly loose.
Best Singh on strike.
मैंने सारे अभी 100 रन नहीं पूरा भइल बा कुछ 6 तो पूरा कर दिसे.
There's a fine singles collection and it's time to up the ante here. It's going to be another single.
Again, that should not be a single, but this is what they do. Terrific running, but they need the boundaries. 15 gone, 97 for 5.
टुक सारे मावड़ा था वो. पच्चीस पे 31 TITO रिक्वेस्ट बॉल. छक्का एक मारे है, चौका मारे बस. डबल 3 मारे, सिंगल मारे.
Over number 16 to come. I just have a look at the 31 of 25 balls, but just not finding the boundaries too often.
I had that glorious 6 early on. Those runs scored when during that expensive over from Fletcher, who has been brought back into the attack now. Struggled massively with his line early on. Good opportunity for him to come back now. He's bowling around the wicket.
Around the wicket, immediately dispatched. That's good fielding work by Noah Cross. Gets that back in. Cross come back for the second.
So maybe the change in angle before, he was bowling over the wicket and trying to push the ball across the batters, across the right-handed batters, and that's where he was getting himself into all sorts of trouble. He was just pushing it too far each time. So the change in angle might help.
He comes again. Again, slashed away. Crows won't be able to get there. He's patrolling that side all on his own. And after almost 60 balls without a boundary, the rope is found. The 100 up.
Crowd is up as well. Flayed away at that one. Again, he was given width outside the off stump.
Fletcher again. It's a better ball, I guess, applauded. You can see the venom in the effort. And that is the balls played through to mid-off for the single. The run rate is creeping up to almost 7 and over, but it's almost up, required 11 and over. This is going to be close.
If they just get one big over all of a sudden, it changes the equation very quickly.
Fletcher and Dixon just guided away. Fine leg. We'll pop it in.
Saying before, just feel for Fletcher coming in on debut. Just if he can get out of this one, keep it a bit tighter.
Bounced in, absolutely hammered. Just what you gone for if you're Nepalese. Six thrashed away through the leg side, over deep mid wicket, and out the brownie goes.
Well, if you're going to bowl short, it's got to be the right kind of short. And unfortunately for Fletcher, this was the wrong side. It was angling, the ball came angling in, and just not quick enough to trouble Rupesh Singh.
14 off the over, it's clocked up to 15. Kroos does well, nice tidy throw back in, but that's expensive from a Dutch perspective. It started well for Ben Fletcher, struggling a little bit now. 112 for 5 after 16.
Oh, WBI got him for the goal.
Well, this has been a very fine partnership for Nepal. 112 for 5 now. Singh on strike for 19, Padel 132, and that is where we've got to. It is almost dead level.
Now that last over, you see how quickly it changes things. Zachline Cachet is back.
When the graphic showed it was tight, the Dutch, after their 16th over, 113, Nepal at 112. I'm now trying to think, is it lucky to kill a spider? I was trying to move it off my notes and I managed to flatten it by mistake, so...
Oh, I don't know who that was lucky for or an omen for.
I wasn't lucky for the spider, I can tell you that. Zachline Cachet comes in. It's in the air. There's a chance here. There's two going for it. The keeper will take it. And he's held it. That's wonderful take.
Well, it was almost a collision. It was almost a calamity. Michael Levitt and Scott Edwards were herring towards each other. In the end, the skipper said it was mine, but goodness, if they'd clashed, I would hate to have seen the result. But the main thing as far as the Netherlands are concerned is it is the wicket of Singh. Here we go. He was trying to pull it to the leg side. Massive top edge. Look at that. Was almost synchronized diving in the end, but very fortunate. They were both looking up at the ball. That could have been, well, we've seen some horrible clashes in the past. In the end, it was very, very fortunate indeed.
Well, that is a big, big wicket because Rupesh Singh had played himself in. And it has been a tale of the last couple of days, players playing themselves in and then heading back to the pavilion. Karan KC comes in.
I did tell you there were going to be at least 3 twists, did I not?
You promised. Didn't just tell me, you promised.
You just never know. But really, huge props to Zachline Cachet. Comes back in, 2 dot balls and a wicket. Broke up that very dangerous partnership. Karen Casey. Well, if he explodes, this is definitely on his game.
Almost 12 and over required. Tightly into the body. Moves through. Always worth to have a goal. Just check the overthrows. It's close again.
The extra run, he was ready to go, but Karen Casey, because he'd have to put the afterburners on to get himself down the other end, he couldn't turn the afterburners off quick enough. Exactly 2 runs a ball required now. Lion Cachet played a really good hand here bringing this back.
Opens up, gets the connection. Come for one, but there is only a single in that. Oh, beautifully bowled. Well, that's terrific from Zachline Cachet. He swings back the way of the Netherlands, just conceded a couple of runs in there over, took a wicket. It's 114 for 6, 39 to win. Daniel Durham will get his fourth and final over.
18 गिरते हैं फिर
He's been the man today.
Well, that is beautifully bowled first up. Best bowling figures today so far. 3 for 6. Figures that you dream of. The first ball up is right in the block hole.
And again, they've gone for it. That's lofted. And that's in the schoolyard.
Oh, well, it almost took out some kids who were out there doing athletics training. That's how far it went. Now, Durham, he'd been so tight, that spoiled his figures a little bit. But it was an enormous strike from Podol. He's not waiting for Karen Casey to take the mantle. The skipper wants to do it himself.
He'd lost 6 runs in 19 balls, and all of a sudden, the 20th equals that and doubles the tally. Beautifully hit. And the ball has been returned.
Well, I looked like they were getting ready to do some hurdles practice over there. They'll have to watch out wherever they're doing their athletics training.
Well, the top scorer in the innings goes again. It's a little bit shorter. And they'll have to settle for the single.
This is a brilliant captain's knock from Podol to 40 from 30 balls. There is a look at the bowling figures. Very, very tight he has, even with that 6. The wickets that he took as well.
Casey on strike. And that's all he wanted to do was try and hand it back. That was a direct hit, but he was in.
Just so quick. Like I said, they sometimes manage to draw teams into chaos. It's nice work by Scott Edwards, but...
You've been to Nepal. Does anybody ever miss a bus when they run for it?
I tell you, they are unbelievably fast. They really are.
Tournament.
It's well bowled. Really pushed that ball right to the edge of the zone there.
Last ball of the over. What an afternoon it's been for him. And he finishes with a dot ball as well. That's impressive. He has been the star man for the Dutch. 122 for 6, 31 required, 12 balls to go. Well, this is set up. The Netherlands really have just pushed the ball down. The run rate currently at 6.8. The requirement is 15.5. It is time for some big hitting. And Vikram Singh will come in for his final over from the Kirkcaldy Road end here at Tickwood in Glasgow. That is launched up. It's high. It's close to the rope. It's gone. Max Adair looked up in the same sky that I was looking up into, just shrugged his shoulders. You called it?
Oh, don't go anywhere. Karen Casey, he is in the middle, and if He's going to take a liking to Singh. He's certainly going to try to put him away.
बहुत छक्का था मेहर जीती है तो घंटा जीती है
We know how clean a striker he is, and
12.5 के मिनट का
Singh with his medium pace. I mean, that was just too full, over pitched. Got up underneath that one. It ain't over yet, folks. Do not go anywhere. The cardiac kids are in town.
Around 28 for 6. Chasing 153. That's in there. That's catchable. And he's gone. Well, it wasn't the cleanest of catches, but after the fabulous 6, he then went for it again, edged it out, and he's gone.
Well, you just never, ever know. Michael Levitt did well in the end. The previous one had gone for 6. He was going again, but he's just top-edged. That one, just really good work. I love Michael Levitt's enthusiasm. He does nothing by half. Had to make some ground. He's not the tallest. He doesn't have the longest of legs, but look at that. Managed to get there, getting underneath it. The Dutch know exactly what that means.
Oh, it's a big, big wicket. He is such a danger. He can hammer the ball anywhere.
ये तो वो नहीं भेज पाई ना यार ये तो सारे क्लम छन भेजे हैं
Well, just 4 matches, only batted once, but to be fair, he made 37, so he does have that possibility.
That was a good comeback from Singh. He's kept it very uncomplicated. It's just been stump to stump. Kept it simple. Bowled well to his field. He's been accurate.
9th man in. Singh bowls, thrashed up. It's a long off. It's an easy take. Put it down.
Well, Amachani doing his job there. He's got his captain on strike now. And these next 3 balls are crucial. Can Rohit get Singh away? If he does, oh, believe you me, they will fancy this. Might look like a really daunting task at the moment.
Singh to Patel on 40, top scored for the innings. Thrashes that up in there. He's found a gap. It's going to bounce its way to 4.
Extraordinary shot. He reached so far for that one. Somehow managed to get his hands underneath it. How did he end up playing that? Oh, I said it is not over. Extraordinary. He helicoptered it in the end. That is an incredible stroke from Nepal's captain.
Saklan Kashi. It's a long off, deep extra cover just in between those positions. He might be busy. That one's thrashed up in there as well. And finds its way to the boundary for 4.
Hey, lucky I'm on my defibrillator because they're doing it again. You just can never write them off. Especially when their captain's at the crease. This has been outstanding stuff from Bodal.
Well, nobody got past 50 yesterday. Nobody has done it today just yet. But Rohit Patel is on 48 from 34 balls.
What number twist are we on now?
I've lost count. I don't have enough fingers. Final ball of the over. It's dug up high in there. Patel looking for it, trying to come across, but there's Matt Davis cross. He gets the catch. That is a brilliant wicket. High in there, and Noah Cross came racing in, shouted off Maxo down, and the wicket goes. Patel is out for 48.
Well, there is the twist, and Vikram Singh ends up with 2 wickets, but the big one, a Rohit Patel, he had to go. In the end, that is brilliant work by Crows. He has been outstanding in the outfield. have your best fielders in the right spots, and he was in the right spot. It's all going to come down to the last. 19 gone. It's 137 for 8, and they need 16.
So the partnership of Namishani and Yanav will be the partnership to try and see the fall through. Target is 153. They're on 137 for 8. And Kyle Klein has been entrusted with the first over, and he's been entrusted with the last as well.
Well, Lamachani can certainly swing the bat. I think emphasis is going to be on him. Can he get it away?
It's a good full ball right in at the feet. He's turned away from one. They're going to try and come back for a second. This could be close, but the throw wasn't. So they pick up a 2.
But this is what they do. They're so quick that they put so much pressure on the fielder. They know how fast they are. So 2s, well, 2s won't do it. They still need a boundary. They need a 4. They need a 6. They preferably need both. But Lamachani retains his strike.
Klein in again. It's another good length ball. It's played nicely. Good positioning. Straight through to extra cover. 13 to win, 4 balls remaining.
Well, Nandan Yadav, his highest score in T20 is 37. They don't need that much, but they need something from him now.
Klein doesn't want to give him anything good to hit. It's in the air, and that's going to come for 4. Noran can't get there. Well, the player's positioned reasonably short. Third man, and it's hooked over for 4. The chase continues.
They keep doing it to me. They keep doing it. Last ball thrillers are a speciality. Who cares if they're 8 down? Who cares if they need 9? Who cares if they've only got 3 runs? They'll keep doing this. He just flashed hard, got enough on it, and found the road.
9 to win, 3 to Klein on the full toss. They're only going to get 1. They're going to try for a second. Well, the bowler turned his back on the ball coming in. I think he thought it was going to go to the wicket keeper, and that was a very risky 2, but they got there.
That's what they do, though. The pressure tells. And as I said, they draw teams into their chaos. They're doing everything so quickly. Klein there, he was ready, just couldn't take it. He managed to get through for that second run.
Seven to win, 2 balls remaining. Boundary will have to be found. Crucial here from Klein. Bowls the attempted yorker, it's in the air. It's not been held, but it's been knocked down. And this is going to set up the finale.
Oh, they can't keep doing it to me, Maxo Dowd. Well, in the end, he saved 2 runs.
I think this was the safer play. Couldn't afford to let this go to the boundary. He does have a good pair of hands on him, but I think he just realised, knock it down, keep it in front of you.
Well, his momentum would have taken him over the rope, so he's absolutely done the right thing there. He knew his footing wasn't there. Oh boy, so 5 to win, 4 to draw level and send the game into a super over. Oh my goodness. I did try to warn you.
Well, it's fun, isn't it? It is fun. Boundary has to be found. And here comes the batters talking. Anandanyadev, more noted for his use of the ball, but he has the bat in hand. He needs to find a boundary. Carl Klein. He has been pushed around in this over, but it all comes down to this final ball. Klein in delivers. The shot is low along the ground, and he has found the boundary. We are tied up. Nepal move themselves onto 152, and that is a sensational piece of batting.
How do they keep doing it? We are going to a super over. Hold on to your chairs, they're in the air over there. Those are the fans who just know you never ever give up until that last ball is bowled. They just keep doing it. It is incredible. They didn't find the six, they did it in twos and fours. And it has been an incredible chase. Down on one knee, flashes through the drive. Nothing Crows could do about that. And oh, they are celebrating now. They'll be celebrating back in Nepal as well.
A good cover drive under pressure, as you will see. We're all tied here. 152 for 8. We're going to super over. Stay with us. You're watching live T20 Tri-Series cricket from Titwood in Glasgow, the home of Clydesdale Cricket Club. And what a home it has been today. We have had some entertaining cricket. And these Nepalese fans who thought they were going to win, then thought they were going to lose, and ended up with a tie. That takes us to super over. Mel Farrell alongside me. Talk me through what's going to happen now.
Oh, just going to say, I don't think they ever thought they were going to lose. You know, that was us. But those fans there, they always believe, and the reason they believe is because, that man there, Rohit Podal, talking to Stuart Law, the coach, just working out their tactics for this super over. But his innings was crucial in bringing them back into real contention till they lost some wickets. But going to be fascinating now to see who the Netherlands turn to bowl this super over. Who is going to come out and bat? All these questions. What a marvellous day we've had here. Wonderful cricket. Really entertaining.
Well, in terms of potential bowlers, the best bowlers statistically, Daniel Durham was excellent. Zaklan Kashi as well. That's worth taking the picture, isn't it? Look out for that on Instagram later.
They are rocking and rolling. I just can't emphasise it. It's just brilliant what they do. They absolutely love this sport. Stuart Law there on the right. Just communicating with the umpires what their plan is. Umpires Ian McDonald and Ryan Milne today.
So to a super over we go, and the Dutch, well, they must have thought they were close to winning it, but that final over, when they were scattered, really Nepal will feel themselves on the up. Well, they're having a little chat. Well, join us The super over will be with us soon. Pick up.
Well, what a match we have had here today at Clydesdale. Both teams locked on 152 runs at the end of 40 overs. And it is going to be Durham to bowl the super over. What pressure. He has been outstanding with the ball in hand. There's one thing to bowl in the main part of the game, another thing to bowl in the pressure of the super over. No surprise to see the captain, Rohit Podal, back out there. He's played the innings of the match so far. And it's Kushal Patel who's at the non-strikers end. So they've brought the big guns. Patel was pretty sprightly at the top of the innings, but this man, he has been outstanding. Only gave up one boundary.
Well, they're going to try and come for two, but they realise that Crows closed that down very quickly indeed. That's good play.
Well, it's a really good start from Durham. All of these fielders are right on their toes at the moment. I know how quickly they run between the wickets. In the air.
A chance. Oh. All the way to the boundary. Vikram Singh couldn't bring in the catch.
Nerves frazzled. I couldn't quite see if he got a fingertip to it.
It was a good stroke. How close was he?
I don't think he got a fingertip to it, just out of reach.
Well,
a realignment of the field at the moment. We have a long leg going in. It's in the air, that's blasted away. That is a terrific shot for six.
Oh, Patel getting in on the action, taking to the spinner. Big stride forward, and that was in his arc. And a man's just come out to the Portaloo, and the ball's almost gone in.
I wasn't sure you're allowed to put a fielder in the bathroom, but obviously you can.
We've seen everything today.
Fourth ball. There's high. O'Dowd comes across. He's not going to get there for the catch, but he will stop it from crossing the rope. And they take two.
He's so good patrolling the boundary, is Max O'Dowd. Just having to make that split-second judgment, as he did down the other end as well. Makes the right call.
Kushal Patel who opened the batting. That's high in there. O'Dowd looking for it. He's setting himself just inside the rope, but can't get there. It's another six.
Well, Durham, he'd only conceded 1-6 in all 4 of his overs, but now he's conceded 2 in the super over. Got so much height on it. Thought it might have been a chance for O'Dowd, but it didn't drop far. It was just that elevation that he got.
Final ball in there. That is to O'Dowd. It's straight down. He's not had to move, and he takes the catch.
Well, more importantly, it's a dot ball too. But 19 runs coming off the super over. And the Netherlands are going to need 20 to win.
Well, from a super over, what do you want? Well, a couple of sixes would certainly help, and that is precisely what Nepal got. They went for it to try and get there just at the very end, but dot ball, as O'Dowd made the catch. But how's that for excitement? 1-4-6-2-6 wicket. So now it'll be the question for Nepal to decide who's going to bowl their over. From a Dutch perspective, who's going to come out to bat for them? Well, Vikram Singh hit a very nice 30 earlier on today. We'd certainly think about him as potentially being one of those players. But these are big calls for the captains and for the management teams as they decide who to send in.
Well, I wonder, I mean, Max O'Dowd, you would imagine would usually come out, but Zulfikar was so strong earlier. Here we have a look at some of those sixes. Here's the poor gentleman just coming out. I think that's Potsy from the Forfeiture Club. My goodness, Ian Potts, gone to the Potty. And here, that ball, it's not dropped far outside the rope, but he got so much elevation on it that there was nothing Max O'Dowd could do about it.
So Nepal will get ready to come back into the field. Well, some of these players understandably thought their day was done, but they've been having to keep themselves and get themselves back warmed up to see if the reply.
Well, commentators thought their day was done.
Everybody thought their day was over, but it's not to be with this super over. In terms of the super over, 19 a good target to go for? Is that tough?
Oh, well, I've got to try and get to 20 if it's 19. Well, if it's under playing conditions, then we'll be going to another super over. So, 20, the target, that is pretty steep. It's a really good one to have to bat first and put that up early. Pressure all on Netherlands as they walk out, but yeah, it'd be very interesting. Zulfikar, I wonder if they will go for him. He scored 25 of 12.
So this super over, 19 scored, doesn't really matter. The problem with dropping wickets is, of course, it's a dot ball and you're not scoring runs. I mean, that's really what matters there. You're looking to score off of every ball, which is a tough thing to do. I mean, yes, Nepal lost a wicket at the end, but I mean, they scored 19 runs. So what you really want to do is to get your best batter on strike, keep him on strike, and see if he can thump the way to victory.
Yeah, they've got to get themselves to 20 runs by hook or by crook. I'm just looking, I think I just saw Bim Sharkey coming onto the field. So, just coming on as a sub fielder. Interesting. So it looks like Michael Levitt it is and Max O'Dowd. So they are going with their established openers. I wasn't sure if Zulfikar might just have a chance, seeing he was running so hot earlier.
Well, big moments. Levitt and O'Dowd. Karen KC has been selected as the bowler. He's box office as it is, and he's box office now in a super over.
Well, he's also the man that they've turned to at really pivotal moments. Of course, the famous Valentine's Day victory in Windhoek that is the stuff of folklore in Nepal. And he's called the Valentine's Day man because of the innings that he played that day. It's with the ball that his country needs him now.
Nepal playing for the 100th time in T20 international cricket at this level. And this would be as sweet a win as they could find.
What a way to start this super over. And sat up. And he put plenty of muscle behind that one. Oh boy. The fact that our cameraman did not even flinch as well. He's hard. He's tough. Get ready, there might be some more balls flying your way.
Ball 2, 6 from the first, 1 from the second. Well, there was thinking about a single, and they'll have to go back.
Well, that was just a little bit of a brain fade, I think, a lack of communication between Levitt and O'Dowd. It really does show what pressure does in a super over. They could have taken a single there. Whichever way they went, they had to communicate clearly. In the end, they ended up looking at each other, looking back, looking at each other. Doesn't matter now, but they've only got four deliveries left, 4 legal deliveries left.
Ball in. Oh, that was high. The run is through. He'll be run out at the other end. Eventually, no. Well, pressure does get to the batting team. It gets to the bowling team too. That should have been a run out and wasn't.
Well, here we go. It does. The hesitation, the lack of communication. But in the end, Karen Casey just couldn't gather the ball. It was very close. Umpire was right there on the spot. And in the end, they've just run through for the bye. But they need another 6. They need another boundary. They've only got 3 deliveries remaining. 13 off 3 is the equation. Really, really tight.
Backs it out, takes strike, will face the first ball that he's faced in this super over. And it comes, it's absolutely hammered. The fielder is across. They'll take 1, they'll go back for a second, but that's all they're going to get. 2 balls to come. Remember, they need 20.
11 off 2. That is the equation now. They need a 6. They need O'Dowd to try and find that boundary road.
Of course, if it goes to 19, we've got another super over on our hands.
Just had Kershaw Patel actually asking me how many balls left, how many needed. I'll tell you what, they're all on edge. They are all on edge.
This is the pivotal ball of the match. Can't afford to bowl a wide. We'd add 1 to the tally and have to bowl again.
So Dowd just looking at his options. He's just going to have to swing. Needs to find the boundary and cross it, if at all possible.
And it comes. It's absolutely melted. That is heading for the city centre. That is a 6 of absolute epic proportions, and all still to play for.
Oh boy, Max O'Dowd, and he looks cool as a cucumber. It was a gift. It was a full toss. And he just let the bat do the rest. Pace on, full toss, thank you very much. Right, so 5 required off the last ball. So that means they need another 6 or else we're going to be going to another, well, they need 6 off the last ball, I should say.
4 would do it to the super over.
4 sends us to a super over again. Oh, can we keep? How are our nerves going to handle this?
Karen Casey. Well, he's been spoken to by Tender Singh, the vice captain. They need to try and settle here. Max O'Dowd standing.
And look, he doesn't look like he's even breaking his sweat. All in a day's work, Max O'Dowd. Cool as a cucumber. Tell you what, I'm not.
4 will send us to super over. 6 will send the Dutch home happy. Anything less, and it's the ball's day. There's the strike. The ball is heading to the boundary. Is he going to get
Super over
there?
here.
It crosses the rope, and remarkably, Nepal had hit 19 in their super over. The Netherlands have just done the same. Cricket, gotta love it.
सर क्या करता है?
Oh,
19 and 19. Let's do it all again.
इस साल गलती थी कि फुलटा नहीं कर दिया था 3 ज्यादा फुलटा से लगातार नहीं
If by any chance you have any friends that thinks cricket is dull, get in touch with them and ask them to come and watch this with you. We have had the most remarkable game here in Glasgow. The Netherlands 152 for 7 in their innings. Nepal looked like they would fall short. 15 in the final over to tie it up on 152. Went to the super over, and from the Nepalese it went 1-4-6-2-6. 19, they were out on the last ball, and then the Dutch came in requiring to at least match that tally, and boy did they do so. 2 sixes also, same number of runs achieved in the same way, just in a slightly different configuration.
So Scott Edwards, the captain, has just come out with a bat in his hand. He's standing out there with Max O'Dowd and Michael Levitt, all 3 of them. Of course, they're swapping over the order for this second super over. And they just have to keep playing until we have a win. This is a result of the 2019 World Cup final between New Zealand and England. And they were tied at the end of a super over, but England essentially won on a technicality. Now we just keep going until we have a winner.
So the Dutch will continue with their batting. And it's a question of now who bowls this over, and that question, of course, will be talked about in the Dutch camp as well. Who are they going to put forward? Kyle Klein conceded 15 in his final over, and that allowed the opportunity for the game to be tied. Then Daniel Dorham conceded 19 in his super over effort. So when you have to go for it, it's a different ball game. The Dutch now standing the triumvirate of batters, the Nepalese all together, and they'll have to decide how they're going to take this. It really has been a thrilling afternoon of cricket. Remember, there's still 4 days, 4 games still to come. If you're in and around the Glasgow area, we hope you can join us. And if you're watching around the world, please do join us once more tomorrow. Scotland against Nepal is our fixture tomorrow.
Well, and last time that Scotland and Nepal played, the last 2 times, those matches went down to the last ball. So they always play really competitive matches. Honestly, if you're in Glasgow, get yourself down here, because honestly, you won't get better entertainment. You really won't.
So Scott Edwards, Max O'Dowd, the batsman. Just waiting for that gaggle of players to see who's going to be handed the ball.
Well, I think it must be one of the spinners, and I suspect maybe that's why Scott Edwards has come on. It's going to be Sandeep Lamachani.
Lamachani had a terrific ball during the Dutch innings before. I think the most disappointed person coming over is Kushal Bertel, is wandering over down towards us in the commentary box, and I think he thought with 11 required of 2 that they'd be okay. Didn't quite work out that way. The 6 and 4 to get the 10 to tie.
They're all smiles out there. You know, it might be really competitive stuff and hard fought, but it's also been played in terrific spirit, this game.
I have to be honest with you, Mel, if you cannot enjoy this as a professional sportsman, you really shouldn't be playing, because this is what it's all
That
about.
was
You want the
huge.
big moments, you want the big chances, and it is going to come.
Lalit Rajbanshi it is. The left arm up is called on.
Banshee gets ready. So he will come from the Meldrum Gardens end. Skipper Scott Edwards. He will be on strike.
Yeah, interesting call to change the batters for the super over. Well, also, you say that about sportsmen. If you're a sports fan and you don't find this thrilling, I don't know what you want, because this has just been incredible stuff. We've had so much entertainment throughout the regular overs, but then to have two super overs, my goodness.
Well, if you've been with us throughout the day, you realise that some of these overs just get bowled so quickly. You get to this nail-biting stuff, time taken, every fielding position is done exactly. All the communication has to be correct.
Oh, they are enjoying it. Everyone's smiling. Everyone's happy as they just settle in. But what an incredible advertisement this has been. I love a Tri-Nations, by the way. It's wonderful to see these three teams involved. They've been brilliant in Dundee. They've been fabulous so far here in Glasgow. Should be more of it. They're a remarkable level of entertainment. Now, if this goes to a third super over, it has never happened in international cricket. I would not put it past these teams to send us there. We're in the second super over. That in itself is rare enough.
Banshee, first ball. There's the field. Again, you're just trying to find where the gaps are. There's not a long on.
No, they've got two out deep on the leg side.
Just the second time that has been the second super over in international cricket. You're watching it live. First ball.
Absolutely hammered. It's in the air, and that's not coming back in a hurry. That is a terrific strike. It's 6.
Well, that's why the skipper has come out. He said best player of spin. I think they realised that was the direction Nepal were heading in. And what a great start to the over from Scott Edwards. Oh, boy.
Just calmly played. Read it all the way. Swept beautifully. And that wasn't coming back in a hurry.
So again, just some subtle field changes.
Right, just having a word with Rajbanshi as well. Scott Edwards, if he gets the chance to play that slog sweep again, he will go. Got two out on the boundary waiting for that shot. It's with the wind as well.
Ball 2. Yet again, there should be 2 in this. If they're going to come back, should be quick. Now they decided against it. And Maxidai says, no, I'll take this one. Don't you worry, skipper.
Well, Scott Edwards in particular is very quick, but Irie, they saw who was fielding, and it was the Tiger, Devendra Singh Irie, herring in. There's no way they were going to test his arm. One of the best fielders in the world, in my opinion.
Maxidai took part in the first super over. Batted well. Let's see. Ball 3, shot right. Goes for it. That's not coming back in a hurry either. That is 6. Way over the boundary ropes. And this has been a terrific start to super over number 2. Maxidai, watch his skipper hit 6. He's just done the same.
Well, he went the other way. That was hung outside the off stump. It wasn't the worst ball, but it was enough in the slot for O'Dowd to send it on to the tennis courts. He just carved it away. Oh, they're not nervous. Not nervous at all. Enjoying the entertainment. But what a good start. 13 at the halfway mark of this super over. Rajvanshi has to find a way to pull this back.
The Dutch have a day off tomorrow. They may well enjoy themselves tonight. Should they finish this one with the victory? All 4. 13 on the scoreboard. That's wide. So the score goes up to 14 and the ball will be bowled again.
Yeah, that's a gift that they don't need to give away at this point.
Going through the bowler's mind, that's a lovely stroke, got it cleanly. The fielder in the right position.
And that's what he's trying to do. You saw him bowl the wide and you knew that was coming next. He's trying to bowl dry outside the off stump. It's full. He could only really dig it out. Got protection out there.
2 balls to come. If they can get a boundary from either, they're really going to set a test for Nepal. That's a full toss. There's a man out there, but it's going to fall short. They will have to come for the second. And they're quickly in to watch the overthrow. That's well played by Khalid KC to check.
Oh, and it was Zaire as well. They did test his arm, and on that occasion, they kept back. Just couldn't get enough elevation, couldn't get enough power on that one, Edwards. And he had to hair back. It was quick, it was tight. Perhaps if the throw had taken off the bails. My goodness, right. 1 ball remaining.
I think they're going to bring in a pinch runner here.
They are.
So Maxwell out is pretty quick, but really in this situation you want somebody who's even quicker between the wickets, and Michael Levitt is the man who's being called upon. So if this doesn't find the boundary, they will be running.
I don't know whether he might have tweaked. Did he tweak something? He looked a little bit uncomfortable when he made one of those shots. I'm not sure. We'll have to check on that if he's actually retired out. Hurt or retired out.
Here's the opportunity with the last ball. They need something off this to set a tough target. 19.
Oh, yeah.
Final ball. And it comes. That's swept away. It's high. There's a man on the boundary. He takes it.
It's the Tiger, Devendra Singh Irie. He's been in the action all the way through. But most importantly, it's the wicket. It's not the wicket, it's the top ball. It keeps the Netherlands to 17. And Nepal, they'll be back chasing 18. Safe as houses out there.
2 sixes in the innings has set a fine platform. Join us for the conclusion of this one.
Then only smart sa ka doctor thade mar panya. Then mo ka main bowler आ रहा kan ka maybe godam kan ka. अने चूतिया रे यार संदीप को खराब जा रहा है लेकिन सिर्फ छक्का मार मत बोलते यार 3 छक्का सही मारा था कि मैंने भी छक्का में चुका हूं.
Well, you're watching a little bit of history here in Scotland for just the second time ever in international cricket in T20. We have gone to a second
विकेट और चेंज करने लगा और लास्ट वाला विकेट चेंज की है
in the first. So we've gone
कई
to the
नवा
second
थोड़े
17
बढ़िया
score
छक्का
by
मार
the
दिए
Dutch.
लेकिन
You
आउट
have to
कर
go back
दिया
2024, just a year, India against
फिर वो सारा
Afghanistan.
बस
Went to 2
लीडी भोगम
super overs before they were separated.
उन पे बॉल कवर नहीं
The
किया
first question for the Dutch is, who's going to bowl the over and
Incredible, isn't it? After the regular overs, now the strategizing really starts. So to one over, what's your matchup? What's your best chance of stopping them scoring? Who's your best batter for taking on which bowler? And that's what discussions are going on right now. It's frazzled for us, it's frazzled for the fans, and I'm sure there are some calm heads out there.
Well, there's very little they can do about it now. The majority of the team, they have to get the right two batters, send them out. The chips will fall with the will. Nepal require 18 to win off this super over, and well, Kashi is certainly going through the motions as if he's going to bowl. That'll be an interesting one if they decide to go down that particular route.
Well, they're all warming up. Actually, Klein is as well.
Klein was expensive in his last over. That would be the only worry. I don't think Blaine Fletcher will do so. Durham bowled the first super over. Vikram Singh was pretty tidy in his first 3 overs.
I think it's more about, death bowling. You want your best death bowler, the person who you feel is going to be able to nail the wide Yorkers or the slower balls, just the particular set of skills that you think you might really need. It depends. Are they going to send out a particular combination as well? If you want a left arm, at the left arm of Durham. Oh boy, I can hear Thunderstruck by AC/DC taking me back to my homeland of Australia. And this is rock star stuff here at Clydesdale this afternoon. We've been thunderstruck by this game, I can tell you.
Plenty of electricity coursing through this particular ground as the Dutch are out and getting ready for this second super over. If you're late joining us, we're just glad you have joined us. This has been terrific cricket, terrific entertainment, and exactly what this format was designed for. We hope you're enjoying all this coverage from Titwood here in Glasgow. Well, a little bit of history today, just the second T20 international match to go to a second super over. There'll be some history tomorrow. Scotland have never played Nepal in the T20 international. They will do so tomorrow.
Well, here he is again, the captain. Hasn't he been magnificent today, Rohit Podal? He's led from the front with the bat. Gonna do so again in the second super over. Looks like the best in. Is it going to come out and join him? I don't know. There's Stuart Law talking to him. Coach, the new coach. Boy, oh boy. Imagine being Stuart Law. You come in, you start coaching this side. No, it is going to be Irie. It is. It is the Tiger. Oh boy, well he is really quick between the wickets. These two are the fastest, I would say. Certainly, there's no one faster than these two running between the wickets. So that's maybe why they have turned to Irie.
Well, Kyle Klein is likely to be handed the ball. He's currently chatting with Scott Edwards, the skipper and wicketkeeper. He had the chance to seal it in the final over of the match and yielded 15. Ironically, he could afford to yield 15 in this one. Dutch would win.
Every time throughout that series, in all 3 teams, Scott.
सुपर ओवर हम 10 प्लेयर खेलता होता है ना
Just got 3 brilliant teams. So competitive.
नहीं विकेट इन हैंड हट लिखा 10 रन टू 18 बॉल डिवीजन 6
to Glasgow this week.
Super over number 2. Kyle Klein with the first delivery for the Dutch.
yes sir
It's in there, it's absolutely hammered. And the crowd on the far side love the opening 6.
Again, how on earth Has he got this ball there? Rohit
Sarap po
Bodal.
kamar.
Oh boy, just take another look at this. Down on one knee. He just flat-bats that. Again, a bit of a helicopter afterwards and sends it straight down the ground. Gee willikers, he's got to be seeing the ball well to play that shot.
12 to win, 5 remaining. And Klein has a little bit of thinking to do here. Well, had to be said that second super over for the Netherlands started with a 6,
Kha udah ada मजा आ जाए.
followed with a dot ball. Well, again, Scott Edwards, the wicket-keeper captain, just making some fielding changes. Singh has been brought in from third man to more a short third man at the moment. Do have a long off. Second ball to come.
Two on the fence on the leg side. Got a deep backward square leg. Wicket.
Klein.
Field up on the offside, one out.
Second ball in as
Yeah.
a full toss, it's pulled. There's certainly one in there. He will have to stand by just the one.
ये सर रन ने भागी बात ये कितना घमंड करता है यार.
Yeah, good work by Lauren Cachet, one of the two fielders I mentioned, out on the rope on the leg side.
मार इन मार.
Actually, he's done so well because normally these two would have taken two. So, Nidamanu out there as well.
मार दो
And
छक्का डाले जीत
Van der
गए.
Merwe still on there as well. Wise head. One of the most experienced Dutch players. He's just giving a few calm words to Kyle Klein.
Ball number 3. Super over. Klein, plenty of pace. Digs that in. It's deep, it's over. And that's going to be 4. And that is exactly where Vikram Singh was at third man. He was pulled up to short third man. And that's been a costly change in the field for the Dutch.
Well, he just flashed really hard at this one and got enough on it. We saw an almost identical one in the previous super over as well. And there it is. 7 to win, 3 balls remaining. What the Dutch need now, I think, is a wicket. At least that would be a dot ball well. But in fact, it's just the dots they need, a dot.
Well, if Singh had stayed where he was initially, he was told to come in. He's now going back to third man. He would have made the catch.
सब बहुत खराब खेल लेकिन लास्ट में वो ये जिताया थी.
But you've got to play the ball.
ड्रा करवाया
That's
थी.
precisely.
इन्हें सारे तो आज तक यार 5 विकेट गिरे के बाद तब सारे ने मारे शुरू कर. जब चाहते ना कि चाहिए तब हमने शुरू करते सारे मारे. जैसे हम कुछ खेलता हो और हम इसे मारे. अरे मतलब आराम से रन देके खेलते हैं तब भी जीता नहीं है. आवाज आती है.
That is an excellent ball.
अरे
Brilliant, and also brilliant
साले
work
खरा दे
by
बेकार में
Scott
जो.
Edwards, who was straight up there. He knew that there was a chance that they were going to run the bye. Shuffled across,
हिटर करे छोटा
but
सा साइज
couldn't
होगा. 7
connect
रन
with the
चाहे 2
Yorker.
रन मार दिया.
These are the death bowling skills that
कुछ हुआ तो हिटर कोई छक्का में तो कैसे होता.
2 balls to come. 7 runs to win.
again they need a boundary.
मारा
This
इसको
goes to
मारो
third
तो
super
मारो.
over. This place will go nuts.
क्या?
Klein decides to restart his run.
I don't put anything past these sides.
Batsman saying he wasn't ready, so Klein wants to start again. 2 to come. That's direct, it's through. They're going to try and run the bye. Is he going to get there? He's in to come back. But the dot ball is the most important thing, and as long as they don't bowl a wide,
फिर भी गिरा खा लिया. अब का घंटा भर जीती शुरू हो गए. अब की तो ड्रा कर रहे हो कि तो
Edwards kept his head because the temptation
बच्चे तो
to
आउट हो
throw
जाते
the
हैं.
ball He might have got the run out,
दीदी ने
but
खा
he
गया
knew that there was no
दीदी
one
ने खा
there backing up if it
गया क्या कहने को बड़ा टाइम
Well,
तो
I feel
फॉर्म
like
में अरे जाना तो
you
फॉर्म में
enjoyed
ना
the
तब
second
सरकार
half.
को बुलाया नहीं
Are you
समझ में
kidding
यार
me? I live for this.
भूतला इतना बढ़िया
I
बारिश
just
का सब
love it.
बढ़िया
Look,
नहीं
associate cricket is
हाँ
just incredible.
हमने
Matches
सेम खेले
always
नहीं
so close, hard fought, entertaining.
हमने सेम खेले नहीं बाबू
We've
लास्ट
got
में
three
लास्ट
of the
बोला था
best
दूसरा मिला
teams
लेवी
to
को बुलाए
watch,
नहीं
I
तो
feel,
खेले
here.
नहीं नहीं पहले
Three
विकास
teams have
ओपनर में आ
gone
रहा
to World
सबकी
Cups
लास्टों में सही
and
बात है
beaten full members or given them a shake. Only a matter of time
मैं तो बोल रहा हूँ
before
नहीं मिला था का
Nepal does, that's for sure.
ये तो 4 रन की तो मारो की तो लाल चाटो ना इतना अच्छा तो
So
मैच
the
हार गई शायद तो
opportunity
बेकार
just
है
do not bowl
अगर
wide.
बेचारे घायल हो
That's
बेकार
the
हो
main
गया
thing for Mr. Klein. He doesn't mind if he gets smacked for a 6 into the Meldrum Gardens because they would end and go again. So can't lose here, the Dutch. But a 6.
तो तुम सही वाले बिल्कुल मेहनत बता दे दी
See what happens.
अरे अभी देखो
Oh, it's tense.
जो हारे फिर ड्रा करें तीसरा ओवर में
Armband
जाऊं
go to a third super over.
लौट के तुम सारा दीदी होता जीरो खाएगा दीदी
Coin
बात
toss. Flip it.
देख जीरो खाएगा वो सही वाला
Not put it past them.
तो मैं तो पूरे रहो मार सर वो बाहर नाम तो बाहर में तो नहीं चल गया
6 to tie. Klein.
गई
The
छक्का
wicket is high.
छक्का
And it is
थर्ड सुपर होगा
absolutely
ऐसा सुपर
somehow
तेरे आओ कूदा लग लग
again.
अरे कान उठ गया यार
What is going on? What is this side?
अरे वाह
Let's just keep playing forever. That's what these fans say. They're having such a good time. Don't put anything past them.
तेरे कान उठ गया
History made for the first time. We are going to a super over. There is nothing to separate these two
दो
sides.
ओवर में 24 में एकदम दाने
It was a
दो
little
ओवर
bit
में 24 से 25 रन
outside the
चला
off
दो
stump.
ओवर में
It was very hittable.
लास्ट में
And
ड्रा
it
करवा
was
दी
hit.
बच्चा
It was a marvellous shot. We're going to have to go round all over again.
आपकी रीति ना होता ड्रा होगी
Ooh,
आपकी कौन ड्रा होगी ड्रा होगी
boy, oh boy,
ड्रा
I
तो
need
होगी
a
वहाँ पे
whiskey or two tonight after this. I
सुपर
believe
ओवर
there's a
ड्रा
few good
भाई नहीं
trams
ऐसे हो
flying about.
वर्ल्ड कप तब की भाई रहा कितना
I'm
भाई
gonna need
कौन
some.
वर्ल्ड कप रहा कौन से ज्यादा
Stay with us for the super over, number 3.
नेक्स्ट असरा में भाई रहा 3 सुपर की 2 स्कोर भेल रहा वर्ल्ड कप न्यूजीलैंड खेल रहा है किसी इंडिया से खेल रहा है अभी भाई हो सकता है T20 का कौन बड़ी बात है भाई मतलब टाई सीरीज में कौन वर्ल्ड कप इंडियन का मजा आ गया अरे देखो आधा घंटा गेम सर 2 मिनट 2 मिनट 2 घंटा 2 मिनट लग गया तेरा मैच 1.5 घंटे में खत्म हो गया था अभी वो तो मैच खत्म नहीं किया देखो फिर सब टाइम अब फिर हंसी दे दे तेरे हंसा तो नहीं प्लेयर और फिर हंसी बहुत बड़ी गलती करते हैं सारे बस अरे बुढ़ा लोग बड़ा है
Well, if you like your sport with a little bit of spice and not dull, landed it in the right place. History has been made for the first time in international cricket. T20 will have a third super over. It's Nepal's 100th T20 international match. And what a way to celebrate their century. Super over number 3. And again, it's all about the choices who gets sent out.
Well, I can tell you what, they will be glued to their televisions all over Nepal, from Kathmandu to Birgunj and everywhere in between and surrounding. Like they've turned up here. I hope you're in the Netherlands watching too, because the boys in orange have been outstanding today alongside the Nepal players. People wonder why they're so competitive when it comes to World Cups and taking on full members. Well, it's because they've been hardened. And they are battle ready after going head to head in so many competitive matches on the pathway system in associate cricket.
So it's Podell and who will be the batsman for Nepal in Super Over number 3, Zach Lancashire. I think he's going to get the nod to do the bowling. Great scenes around this famous old ground. It's seen so much cricket over the years, so much excitement. Clydesdale Cricket Club, his first T20 international. It is getting between the Dutch and Nepal. First to be played in Scotland between these two. It really has been something else. And the Dutch continue to smile. And if you like your pressure, Zach Lancashire, who bowled so well. I mean, his final over number 4 today, took a wicket and conceded just 2 runs. This will be slightly different. Lloyd Podell gets ready to take strike.
Well. What will this one have in store for us? I think I'm ready for anything right now.
3 of the 4 super overs so far have opened with 6s. Let's see how this one happens.
They'll go for it, that's for sure.
Zach Lancashire. That is driven, it's high in the air. That's reachable, and it is caught. That is a brilliant start for the Dutch. It simply didn't have the power needed. It's a dot ball from behind the wicket. It's the fact no runs have scored.
Well, you knew he was going to go for it, Podell. He managed to get the ball away so well each time, but in that occasion, oh, Kyle Klein, what a magnificent catch that was from him. Running forward, pressure on him, makes the dive, takes the catch. Oh boy, what a start to the super over that is. The main man, the captain, the one who has kept them in this race all the way through is now going to have to sit back and watch.
Deep extra cover, Kyle Klein came in, really good catch too. Rupesh Singh is now in.
Zach Lancashire, talk about cool under pressure. Super stuff from Lancashire. And the perfect start to this over. Wicket dot. Rupesh Singh needs to find bat on ball.
Ball 3, driven in. Tempting to stop it, but this is as good as it gets to start a super over.
Absolutely brilliant. They're just having a chat. You saw they didn't go with Doran, who bowled the first super over. They've cycled through their bowlers, of course. Lancashire coming in for the third one.
Rupesh Singh had a 6 in his innings of 19 earlier. The Fokesh family had been called upon. So the batting, he was out for a duck. Better for awful. Super over number 3. Has he got him? He has. He's gone. Got a tickle taken by Edwards in Nepal, and in a world of hurt in this third super over. It's advantage Netherlands.
Well, I don't think Rupesh Singh is convinced. I think he's asking if anyone heard anything. Scott Edwards started celebrating straight away.
तब का तीन विकेट सुपर ओवर में खेलते हैं कहाँ सुपर ओवर में विकेट नहीं जाता
Just have another look.
वो हम सही आगे से भी घोषित कर दिया
Celebrated straight away. He was convinced. The umpires.
तब का वो गई दो चट बता रहे सही मेहनत बर्बाद करेंगे बस मेहनत से काम मध्ये अरे बेइज्जती करवाई थी एक को रन चाहिए हमारा पॉइंट सुपर ओवर बस के लिए थोड़ा दिया गया वो ले ली सी की परवा पिछवा देखो अब 50 ये लो क्या चाहिए
Can you believe it? In the end, the 2 wickets falling, and it is the Dutch who are victorious here at Clydesdale. I'm still trying to catch my breath.
Well, the Dutch will still have to bat because they're going to have to get a single. So
of course,
they will need to go out into the middle. So 0 for 2, 4 balls, 2 wickets, and that's all you're allowed. 2 wickets and you are done in a super over.
Oh, well, there you go. Thanks for bringing me back. This is the thing. This is what pressure does to fielders. This is what pressure does to a commentator. I am done. I thought we were done.
So the Dutch simply have to go out there and score a run. It doesn't have to be smart. It doesn't have to be clever. 1 run from 6 balls. Just don't lose 2 wickets. I tell you what, we've seen it all. If the Netherlands lose 2 batsmen without scoring, we'll have seen everything in international cricket, I suspect. But they require 1 run off the super over for some Dutch celebrations to start. Whether you win or whether you lose, you always like to win. I get that, Mel. All of these players will remember this game.
It's been brilliant. I just can't emphasize we had such brilliant matches between these 3 sides involved: Netherlands, Scotland, Nepal. The ODIs that we saw in Dundee were outstanding, and we kept seeing records and tumble and last ball finishes, and they bring it again. They are just so well matched, these sides, and they keep delivering. You think they can't do it. You think they can't keep throwing up something that you haven't seen before. Well, don't doubt anything we say. Really have been incredible. Brilliant cricket. Michael Levitt is coming out to see if it's the skipper. It's got Edwards that joins him.
Well, we've seen some remarkable things here today. It's been top-class cricket, the excitement level off the charts. But you've got to hand it to Zach Lancashire. He bowled brilliantly throughout the normal part of the match, if any of this match has been normal. He ended with an absolutely superb 1 wicket for 2 runs in his 4th. And he's come out again after a gap of a couple of hours. Wicket, dot ball, wicket. Nepal 0 for 2. And the Netherlands only have to get a single. That is all they need, and they will win. Good luck to the people trying to put this one in the scorebooks, because it'll be slightly messy. I have never had messier charts in front of me either. So, the Dutch looking for victory. Nepal, well, the cardiac kids, but I think the heartbeat may have just been pushed too far for this one.
Well, and in fact, as reward, perhaps, for just how well he bowled that last over, Zach Lancashire comes out with Michael Levitt. And why not? That was incredible. Death bowling at its absolute finest from Lancashire. So he gets to be out there at the end.
I have to tell you, if I was any of the Ripley's, I'd volunteer to bowl the over, because there's really nothing that can go wrong for you. You can just give it an absolute go with the best that you can do. And Sandy Lamashani is getting there. So Lamashani, we thought we'd pop the headband on eBay. Actually just popped it in his back pocket.
Do you know what? Just let me say, this isn't over yet. This is not over yet.
You take Nepal, I'll take the Dutch.
Oh, Johnny loves a big moment.
Michael Levitt, knowing he needs just to strike a single, and his team will win.
Namashani in, bowls, full toss, that is up, it is a 6 to win, and the Netherlands on the first ball of Super Over number 3, Michael Levitt, straight to the boundary, didn't hang around, joy for the Dutch, disappointment for Nepal, but the winners this afternoon were everybody here to witness absolute history, a terrific game between two teams that required a third super over to separate them for the first time in history. Nepal and the Netherlands have gone to 3 super overs, and it's the Netherlands who take the win.
Look at the smiles out there. They know they've taken part in something special. In the end, it was full outside the off stump. You saw it almost took us out in the commentary tent. We've felt the pressure as well. Hugs all around. They know they've participated in something special. It has been brilliant to watch. Whatever you're doing, make sure you're around for the rest of this week, because I suspect it will remain just as exciting.
Stay with us. We're going to have interviews with both camps and also with the man of the match. But it's the Netherlands who take victory after 3 super overs. What an afternoon of cricket it's been in Glasgow.